loose. I said I'm loose, baby.
What's up? What's up? What's up? It's Double Tony Day on the Jimmy Spice Show. Jimmy Spice and two Tonys, and one of them's $2 Tony.
Too many Tonys.
Too many $2 Tonys.
Some might
if you
say.
ask me.
Tony 2 times.
Well, welcome, Tony. How are you, sir?
Doing great. How are you guys?
We're good. We're trying to stay warm. It's a little chilly inside of this room today.
I love when it gets cold out and you,
100-year-old
especially in
Florida.
cities that are typically warm, and you see the homeless people walking around with like a blanket over their head so they look like a spooky ghost.
Yeah, me too. I do love that. I do love that.
It's kind of sweet.
The population grows. The homeless population grows down here in this winter for sure.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, because they come in from other places.
Yeah, because like
I thought you meant like they
being
were-
in Detroit this time of year.
Yeah.
You know, like
They probably grow individually because they add blubber to cope with the winter months. They get fatter and go into homeless hibernation.
You thought I was saying they get taller?
Yes, they grow outward and get fatter.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, like he said, dude, in like real winter towns right now. Like we were yesterday,
Real winter
went to took everybody to the Carrollwood Village Park. It's this really cool park in Carrollwood. And
You don't say.
we were out there in like t-shirts and shorts and running around middle of January. It was crazy.
Yeah.
Weather took a change today. Pretty impressive.
Weather took
Oh,
a
dude.
change.
Yeah. It was exciting. It's been very windy.
the wind's been crazy. Like I was at a clubhouse earlier, and all of a sudden the building was moving.
Yeah.
Can you try moving your phone? I'm getting a little bit of a buzz.
Oh, faux show. So
I don't know what it is, but it's not that bad.
we
Carry on.
fucking crap, what was I gonna say? I forgot. But
Carrollwood Village.
yeah, well it was nice, and then the
One of
weather
your
changed
children
like
blew
crazy.
away. Oh, okay.
Yeah, what the fuck was I gonna go to after this? Golly, you messed me up with my phone. My phone got an update and I don't like it. You got it. You got the update. How long
Same
have you had
update.
it?
I got it this morning too. I woke up to
Oh,
it.
really?
Yeah.
Yeah, because it started to be like I couldn't do shit. Every time I opened my phone, it was like, "Hey, we got your new update," and I was
Yeah.
like, "All right, man, fuck it." And because my friend got it a few weeks ago, and he said it bothered him.
It's so, now that I've had a few hours to get used to it.
Yeah.
It's cool, but it is sort of like looking at all your apps from underwater.
Yeah.
It is.
Well, it's just weird too when your phone. If you use your phone
SpongeBob
for
phone.
work, if you use your phone for work a lot, you know you've learned how to navigate it. And when shit changes, even in the slightest, it can really be like mildly upsetting. I think maybe not upsetting, but just like
Throws you off balance.
discombobulating.
Yeah.
That's the word of the show. What's going on? Is that too loud?
No, you're fine. It's just the internet cut off, so I can't see my document. But
Oh man.
I'll fix it.
Hey, I want to ask a question of the audio guy. I was been watching this YouTuber guy. I forget his name. He's this old like producer, and he does top 10 on Spotify lists for now, and he gives his sort of critique. But he's like an older like rock and roll guy. Ricky
I think I know
something.
who you're talking about.
White hair, kind of like
Yeah.
spiked up a little bit. And he says sometimes songs are too compressed.
Yes.
And I don't know what this means. Like the K-pop and Demon Hunters song.
Compression refers to taking an audio file and making it so that the peaks and the valleys in the sound are closer together. So there's less dynamic range. The quiet parts of the song are not as quiet.
What's the benefit of doing it?
Means it so you can make it makes it so you can make the entire song louder overall, like the overall loudness level of it. So it'll come through the speakers louder.
Oh, okay.
But then you don't notice as much dynamics. You don't notice the quiet parts don't get as quiet, etc.
Oh.
And the loud parts, although the overall loudness will be high, the loud parts get smoothed out.
Yeah.
So it's like the
Chopped down.
bass line and stuff never get to breathe.
It doesn't
somewhat.
It doesn't sound like beneficial to me.
No, it's not. I mean, it's not typically things being over compressed is not good. No.
Okay. Yeah, because he was listening to the K-pop Demon Hunters song, Ghost. It, like,
Well, why was he doing that?
winning awards? Well, because it was like number 3 on Spotify. So that's
Right
what he does.
on.
He does top 10 Spotify lists. And
Right on.
it's actually a really good song.
I don't think I've heard it.
Yeah, well, it's a movie. It's a movie on Netflix.
Yeah,
They got a
I've
lot
seen
of
it. It
pull.
got recommended to me for 3 months straight.
Finally, let my daughter watch it. It's pretty weird,
Okay.
but it's like good. I guess I don't know. I was kind of zoned out or whatever. She was over the moon that I let her watch. it.
Yeah.
I wouldn't let my daughter watch anything with demons, but that's just me.
Okay, well, have fun being lame.
I don't want a demonic daughter.
Everything. Well, that's why you teach her about the demons. Otherwise, she won't know what they are. She won't know how to fight them or stay away from them.
And she's supposed to fight them by doing coordinated K-pop dances.
No,
No child of mine.
the demons are the K-pop. The girls aren't. They're hunters. They're huntrix.
So they're hunting K-pop demons?
Yeah. And dude, it's actually kind of epic. These guys are like your very standard. It's kind of funny. They go like over the top versions of K-pop stars, but they're actually demons. And they're like,
Which I believe, unironically, in real life.
and
most
they're
pop
like,
stars are demons.
but they're like subduing people through their phones, and they're like capturing their souls. Like there's this scene where they're all on a subway or a train or whatever, and they're looking at their phones, and then the girls make it into the, and everyone's gone, and their phones are just laying on the ground, and all these people have been sucked into this netherworld. It's wild. But even one of the characters has like his bangs in front of his eyes. All you see is his nose and it's pretty funny. It's like they're kind of like over the top versions.
Stereotypes of K-pop.
Yeah, it's pretty funny.
I'm trying to get sucked on my nether regions.
So, what movie did we pick?
White Men Can't Jump.
How dare
1992.
you say such a thing?
1992. Wesley Snipes, Woody Harrelson, the very funny looking Rosie Perez. She's a walking.
She's so
caricature.
hot.
She's not hot.
Are you fucking kidding me?
She's got something about her.
There's something about
She's
her, but she's got
banging,
little
dude.
dolphin teeth that are weird. Her forehead is way too big.
She's gorgeous.
I definitely had a crush on her when I was a kid.
I remember
because she looks like
when it
cartoon.
came out, I was 9. My older brother was 15, and he just had the biggest crush on
Yeah.
her from that movie.
Yeah, I remember that being, especially because
Yeah.
the boobs come out a couple different times.
Yeah, a couple
They were-
nip slips.
All natural.
Yeah.
Which is nice.
Natural and gigantic.
Yeah. And also starring,
They're
or not
substantial.
starring, but featuring a 3-man a cappella group where one of the men sings the bass parts.
Yes.
Probably my favorite part of the movie.
Oh, yeah. I mean, beginning and end. It begins and ends with the acapella group.
Yeah, and they're in the middle there too. They're talking about Doc Johnson or whatever. Or is that in the beginning?
It's
Anyway.
the King and Duck
Yeah.
Johnson. Yeah.
But I just love the idea of one of the guys doing the bass with his voice.
They do that in acapella groups.
I know, and I love it. Yeah. It was awesome. What made you pick this movie?
I watched it when I was a kid and I loved it, and
Yeah.
then I watched it again. I started playing a lot of basketball when I was like 12, and I wasn't great at it, but it was like one of my first obsessions where I just would go into the basketball court and play 5-6 hours a day. And then I rediscovered it when I was like 15, and I probably watched the movie like 30 times between the ages of 15 and 20.
Would you dare say it's your favorite movie?
He gave me several options, and this was the only one I hadn't seen.
Yeah, I would say at different times in my life, this has been my favorite movie, but now it's just a mainstay top 5. Like,
I'm a huge fan
nostalgia.
of the dynamic between the two main characters. Mm-hmm. I think that's a lot of fun.
yeah,
And both of them went on to have their respective great careers. But I just really enjoyed the banter between those two guys. I think it's funny.
These were the other options. He said Fight Club, The Game, White Men Can't Jump, any of the Rocky movies except 5, League of Their Own. The Game, piece of shit movie.
No, it's not.
It's so bad.
That's a Fincher.
I've
It's
actually
so bad.
No, it's not. That's not
the
a bad
worst
movie.
David
I
Fincher movie.
actually only named The Game because I've seen it one time in my life and I enjoyed it.
I liked the game.
Yeah,
dude.
it actually doesn't
It
make my
tricked
top
me.
5 or anything.
It tricked me. It didn't
Yeah.
trick you.
I was
love being
maybe
tricked.
I was tricked, but the whole thing I'm like, this is so stupid.
I haven't watched it since it first came out, but the first time I watched it, it was goddamn, it was like brand new, and I was like, "This is crazy. This movie's insane."
I think it's one of those dumb guy smart movies,
Probably.
like
Like
Limitless.
yeah.
Sixth Sense.
Sixth Sense is sick, but
I've
the game
never-
is just. But Fight Club, obviously great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Obviously. That's probably top of my list. That's always in the top 5.
Why did you
Yeah,
say
mine
you said
too.
any of the Rocky movies except 5?
Why not 5, dude?
Because I didn't want to rewatch 5, and I knew I was going to watch the movie again.
Yeah.
So I'd,
We would have had to done 1. I mean,
yeah,
really. If you're gonna
1
do
and
Rocky, you gotta do
2,
Rocky.
I think, are both masterpieces. 3 is a guilty pleasure.
Yeah.
4 is like a good. It's like the Dark Knight of the Rockies. It's the most watchable movie, but not necessarily the best movie. But it's got the most rewatch value, just because you got like the America versus Russia, and it's just so.
Are you saying The
entertaining.
Dark Knight's not the best of the Batman movies?
No, it's not better than the first of that series.
Batman Begin?
Yeah,
I,
What are you
rewatch
talking about?
Batman Begins and then come talk to me.
Maybe.
I might be on board with that.
Never had the desire to.
It
Yeah.
is so fucking good.
Yeah, it
As
is
a film,
so
it is like
good.
very, very good. It is like it defies all Batman mythology. It is just like so fucking cool, man.
But for just fun, watchability, and a great movie, Dark Knight's fantastic.
Yeah.
I'm not knocking Dark Knight. Just Batman Begins, excellent.
I kind of got there at one point. I don't know where I stand right now. That the whole Batman thing, I go back and forth. But I got to that one time where I was like, you know what, Batman Begins might be the best of the 3.
Yeah.
You know, 'cause
And
obviously everyone's Dark Knight. You know, but
Batman and Robin.
and I thought Rocky Balboa, the next installment
Yeah.
in that real line of movies, I thought it was a shockingly good movie for what it was. It paid homage.
does that.
It
Does he
paid
box
homage-
in the movie?
Huh?
Does he fight in the movie?
Yeah, he does.
He's so old.
Yeah.
he does that. He
Yeah,
did that
gets
with
his,
Rambo.
He gets his ass kicked.
He did a Rambo years later that was fucking badass. Dude.
Yeah. So I mean,
Old Sly got it in him, bro.
And it has like the banger line about, it doesn't matter how many times you get knocked down as long as you keep getting back up.
Yeah.
And I consider that Rocky 6, and I thought it was excellent too. So yeah, just any of them except for 5. I've seen it. I've probably seen it 10 times. So I've
5?
seen all of them.
What's the
a
kid's
bunch
name in
of times.
5?
Tommy Gunn.
Yeah, Tommy Gunn.
Yeah,
I get knocked
played
down.
by Tommy Morrison.
Buddy, you get up again.
But I get up again.
We're never gonna keep you down.
They're never going to keep me down.
Pissing the night away. I'd be pissing a lot too.
No, they were
During the
in
day? Daytime?
Yes.
What is that all about?
Go off, Queen.
Well, just everyone, dude. So I was watching The Beast in Me on Netflix, which is a fucking great show, by the way.
Pause on that. You're going to let a beast inside you?
Yeah, but the guy that played Mike in Breaking Bad, the bald guy that worked for Gus.
Uh-huh.
He's like the dad. He's like this old, super wealthy, like kind of crotchety guy, and he gets up and he's like, someone's talking to him important something. He's like, Christ on a crutch, I gotta piss again. Seems like the only time I don't gotta piss is when I'm pissing.
Respect.
I was like, I feel that, brother.
Period.
I don't know why, but I pee so much.
Me too. Well, it's because I'm drinking liquids all
Is it-
day long.
I think
'Cause
that-
love drinking liquids.
And I think the
I also
coffee
over
is-
caffeinate.
Yeah.
and it's not at.
I think I want to
how old are you?
switch to
How old are you?
42.
Me too.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
So
I'm thinking I'm going to switch to just a double shot of espresso in the mornings instead of this big mug of coffee.
Nah.
And then, just kind of chill and see if I don't have to. Because I
No, but what's
drive
nice
around
is,
all day. You know what I do? I have to pull my van over and pee in a bottle.
why don't you do it while driving?
Because I think that's dangerous. And my window of my van is very big.
Oh, yeah.
And if I just, someone will
They
see
would see.
my wiener, I could get in trouble.
That's why I have a wide mouth Gatorade bottle in my car at all times.
Pause. Wide mouth. Is that why you have a wide mouth? So you pull up next to somebody with their wiener?
And drink their piss.
You wink at them real good and be like, hey, I got a wide mouth.
No, that's not what I
Oh,
do.
man. It's nice to be back in the room. We haven't been here in a couple of weeks.
Period.
Life is so full and unstoppable.
There's a lot going on.
There is. Do you have anything going on?
Not that I want to talk about.
Oh, Tony's sad.
Pretty sad. Had a crazy group today.
Oh, yeah? Can you talk about it? Are you allowed to?
Not really, no.
Not
But
really?
just some gals were
Getting weird?
wanted to fight each other.
oh, that
I had
makes
to say,
sense.
hey, break it up.
No, that totally checks out.
A lot of rehab romances.
Dude,
Are there any rehab
it's been incredible.
romances?
Tony and I were rehab romaines.
Yeah,
Nice, dude. I
Yeah.
love it. And you're still pals all these years later.
Well, we're the only ones that survived. Except
Isn't
for
that-
Joe, who I saw
Joe?
at book club on Friday.
Wait, Joe who?
Joe that we were in the clink with.
Not Joe K.
Yes, sir.
Wait,
Flew into town for his...
and he didn't call me?
Yeah, sorry. For
I've been
his...
talking to him on the phone.
He didn't
tell
call me
he was in
either.
town.
I just saw him at the meeting.
What the hell, Joe K?
But Steve Smith.
All right, good.
Yeah.
Glad to hear
As
it.
far as I know,
4.
I haven't talked to him about
Those
3
are good
months.
odds. Those are better odds than average.
Yeah, we had that's like 1 in 9
Everyone else
sober.
is dead.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, nobody from my spot, from my beginning, is still around. I mean, there are people that were like coming around the same time, but really, like nobody that was in my halfway. You know, they're all.
I had a couple of good
Toast.
friends that were in my halfway that,
Oh
yeah, they're holding strong.
I also got pulled away from the whole social aspect a couple years in, so everything changed. You only really hang out with people with
Well,
kids now.
Yeah, no, that's the way the story goes. You meet a woman and you don't have friends anymore.
Yeah. You know, I met my wife at Alpha.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, at the late night one.
It's one of the better places.
Yeah?
I was like,
no, she
man,
was
I
trouble.
want to date in AA. Where can I go? Maybe I'll start hitting that 10 p.m. at Alpha.
She was trouble, for sure,
Yeah.
but the best kind.
How much time did she have when you met?
We both had like 60 days.
Okay, that sounds right.
totally.
That's my issue. Like I've if I had 60 days, I wouldn't have that big of a problem dating a girl with 60 days. I've
Yeah,
got a
that's
year and a
it.
half, and like it feels ethically problematic.
Yeah, well, yeah. Sometimes you just got to go for it. Sometimes you just got to see if the ball will land
No.
in the basket.
No. Yeah. To those listening, do not go for it. All these people that I'm talking about are going to die.
Well, it's so
what
funny.
happened to the relative newcomer you met a few months ago?
Nothing.
Well, what's
she
so
relapsed?
What's
Okay,
so
she
funny
relapsed.
Yeah.
Well, you
Is-
survived. That's good.
is there is this general
Number one.
and understandably, harsh rule about this type of behavior, and I get it, and it totally makes sense. But in my personal experience, I met the woman of my dreams
Yeah.
early in sobriety, who was early
At
in
book
sobriety
club.
at the same time, and it was just like, and she was, I mean, trouble. Like,
Yeah.
very, very good looking, very, very just, and
Young.
well, I was 35, she was 22. So there was
Perfect.
an age gap, but it just worked out. I mean, I'm living fucking the dream now. So
Yeah.
I don't know, and I'm not special. I just got lucky, I guess.
Oh,
I'm a
that's
pretty
so
lucky person.
So I work in treatment now, and someone at a meeting recently said if it was a speaker, and they said if I could bottle and sell that love that you feel when you meet someone in rehab
Yeah.
with you,
Yeah, it is pretty special.
and I see it every day. Like
Some
it's,
odd couples too. It's really funny.
But it's like, the book club never came second. I think that's where everybody goes wrong. They put the relationship and the romance in front of everything else. And the book club never took a backseat. It was always,
Yep.
a big key I see when people show up to book club holding hands and they sit next to each other. You're like, no, you're fucked.
yeah, best couple.
Split up, go hang out with your friends. I've never really gone to co-ed book club anyway, except for obviously in the beginning where I met her. But since then, it was like all men only.
I mean, a great couple that I know, they made that rule, and right away they don't sit next to each other
Yeah,
if they're
man.
at a book club together.
Why, dude?
Yeah.
To finger.
So we talked about we're back. We're going to go back to the movie.
Please.
Well, what do you think of the movie, Tony?
I loved it.
You love the movie?
I really did. Yeah.
I loved the movie when I was younger, and I enjoy the style of it. But I think the writing.
Did you
is
rewatch
bad.
it? Did you rewatch it in this time frame too?
Yeah, yeah. I watched it last night.
I think the writing was I was going to say the strongest thing. I think the script is incredible.
The amount of quotable one-liners in it.
Well, okay, maybe it's not the
Daunting.
writing; it's the pacing of the film. It's so strange to me. It like will get going and then it like backs off and then it gets. It's
Yeah,
just like
all of a sudden they're playing the 2-on-2 tournament.
It's a
like,
weird
what?
rhythm. It's all over
Kind of
the
a
fucking
slice of
place.
life.
It's just, and then it's also quite corny. The alcoholic Rosie Perez, by the way, that's like drinking in the cut. She's drinking almost every single scene that she's in.
Yeah.
Stolichnia. and then she's doing it secretively in the beginning, but they never really dig into that.
Yeah, that was interesting. I was like, oh, she's hiding her drinking from him, but then the next time he sees her, she's just like openly chugging.
Yeah.
So I'm just like,
She's perfect.
And it's not part of the
perfect
movie
woman.
other than being a small part of the movie. Like it's on the periphery.
yeah. To me,
I like stuff like that, like where not everything has to be spelled out and like every foreshadowed.
I just want it to
and-
be explored more. I want to find out what is, I want to see her in the throes of, alcoholic dementia. I want to see her withdrawing.
Why?
I don't know.
You
That'd be
gotta
funny.
imagine where you have 3 hours of story to tell, but you have 90 minutes to tell it in.
I do like that, she ends up going off on her own. And I thought that's interesting.
That's a crazy choice for an ending. I was like, oh, they're gonna get back together. They didn't get back
Yeah,
together.
no.
And I loved that.
Especially in the 90s, you expect like the tie
Everything
together
gets sewed
happy
up.
ending. Yeah.
To me, though, the movie feels like style over substance. But
I like style.
it is very stylish. Yeah, no, and you gotta love the style. You gotta love all the clothes. Everyone at the basketball court is dressed at the height of fashion.
Dude, you can put a cat in the oven, but you still can't make it a biscuit.
Yeah,
It's my
that is a good line.
Why would you put a cat in
But
the
like all the women are like in these cool dresses with all jewelry out, and that's really how it was then.
Yep.
Like you went to the basketball court to kind of like show off.
early 90s, you couldn't drive by a basketball court where people weren't playing pickup basketball. It was
Yeah.
the height of basketball, like being popular in American culture and then becoming a worldwide phenomenon. So it was a well-timed movie.
This director made pretty much, well, not all, but a lot of sports movies.
Yeah. What else?
Bull Durham,
Really?
Blue Chips.
I love Bull Durham. Yeah, Blue Chips had Shaq in it. Nick Nolte
Yeah.
and Shaq.
yeah, had a
And
bunch of real sports players.
It wasn't horrible.
I saw it when it first came out, so I loved it when I was a kid. But
Yeah, me too. And I'm from Orlando.
Cobb, movie about Ty Cobb.
yeah,
good movie.
Tommy Lee Jones.
The
Yeah.
Great White Hype. Tin Cup.
Oh, Great White Hype.
Play It to the Bone.
Golly, dude, that's another Woody Harrelson.
Yeah.
He did Tin Cup too. I love that
Play
movie.
It to the Bone. Is that boxing?
yeah,
Yeah, okay. I think
yeah,
I
it's like
saw
a
it.
struggling boxer movie.
It must
Yeah.
be so fun to just be like, I'm just gonna make a movie about every different sport.
Yeah,
And I love sports movies also.
Dude.
I'm much more willing to watch a sports movie than I am like a sporting
Sports
event
game,
a lot of
yeah.
the time.
Tin Cup and Happy Gilmore are like the only 2 golf movies I'll watch, and they're both great in their own right for
about
different
the
reasons.
Legend
Legend
of
of
Bagger
Bagger
Vance.
Vance.
Oh, that was enjoyable. Yeah, that was
Bagger
enjoyable.
Vance. I hardly know her.
Oh, Matt Damon and Ben Affleck did Rogan this week. They have this new movie coming out.
Uh-huh.
It sounds okay. You know what they've done?
Netflix only.
Yeah, well, that's a fucking deal now.
What
Dude,
is it?
they even said during it, it's called The Rip. It's like a, crime thriller, but it maybe is okay. But two points to it. They were saying that while the Netflix producers have notes for you when you're making a film that's Netflix only.
Yeah.
And some of the notes are maybe reiterate the plot throughout the film
Oh, because everybody's on their phone.
because everyone's on their fucking phone.
That makes sense.
And like there used to be, you had 3 major sort of set pieces in a film, for each act, one for each act. And the biggest set piece was like in act 3, with all the most money being spent. And they're like, that's all up front now. It's all in act 1 because you have to grab people because there's too much available content. Nobody's just buying into like a movie on merit. They need to be like shocked and be like, oh shit, okay.
Yeah.
'cause-
Once you're in a movie theater, you've already paid for a ticket. So
Yeah,
you
well,
can
that's
put
the other
that
thing.
thing at the end because then people walk out saying
Yeah.
that was great. They go recommend it to their friend.
Matt Damon had a great point. He's like, when I went and saw fucking Taxi Driver for the first time, I watched half of it from the back of the theater, and there was 3 other people standing there. Like, we wanted to leave. The movie was so uncomfortable.
Yeah.
But it's like it's a commitment to leave a movie in a theater. Like,
Yeah.
does Taxi Driver not get made today because of the the way movies are? But that's not people go to the
No,
theater.
because Joker came out,
Yeah, exactly. Well, Joker's
which
king
made
of comedy.
people uncomfortable too.
Yeah, Joker's the king of comedy. You ever seen The King of Comedy with Robert De Niro?
No.
It's like the same fucking movie.
It's very similar.
It's
Okay.
crazy.
It
how
reminds
similar
me
it
a
is.
lot of Taxi Driver.
Yeah.
The movie Joker.
I mean, I
Well,
love all my favorite movies make me uncomfortable. So,
Yeah.
King of Comedy's another
Midsommar,
Scorsese.
Hereditary.
Yeah, it's really, really good. But it's just very the guy with his mom in the background. It's like a fucking tripped
But
out.
Netflix demands exposition in the middle of the movie.
Well, they
Or
they
it's
hold
like-
sway. They pay for most of it. So
Yeah,
they're like,
yeah.
it's just like any producer comes in and they just say like, hey, you should probably start doing this. You start doing this, and
Okay.
well, and it's up to the end of the day, I guess. Depends on But the other thing that Matt Damon and Ben Affleck have started this production company. They've done like 8 movies, and what they do
Artist
though,
equity.
artist equity, but also so all involved labor equity and everybody. So however well there's like these certain not demographics, but these standards that if you get so many views in the first week, then they get a bonus.
Okay.
And everyone down to the grips, to the drivers, to the food people, they all get
Which is
bonus.
Netflix has pretty much never done this before.
Yeah. So
It
it's-
used to be they would pay. Everything was upfront,
yeah.
and now they're like, if the movie does well on our platform, they're going to give them a bonus, which I think is good because it gives the people making the movie an incentive to make a good fucking
Yeah.
movie.
Yeah, but also, so the
Yeah.
production company that Damon and Affleck have, they split the proceeds. There's a bonus structure for everybody involved, which is really cool.
Yes.
But yeah, and they also go off of a new, there's all these different algorithmic sort of measurements, but the first thing somebody looks at when they subscribe, they can maybe tell you that that's why they subscribed. So that's like another bonus or whatever. But that was funny. One of the measurements was they wanted if you got 110% viewership. So that means everybody on Netflix watched the movie, and then 10% of the people watched it again.
Yeah.
Which is like they were like, yeah, that's fucking ridiculous. Nobody's ever done that. And then K-pop and Demon Hunters did it.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
probably had
they-
90% of people watch it and like 25% of people rewatch
There's
it.
a rewatch, yeah. So it's
Yeah.
like, but it was just funny when they came. They didn't choose that package because Netflix came to them with like 5 deals, and they were
Yeah.
like, we're not picking that one. No, because the bonus structure on that was insane.
I mean, that really has to work good for children's movies.
Probably, 'cause
because
the
I used to watch
rewatch,
movies
yeah.
5 times.
My kids watch the same shit.
I don't know how many times I watched Old Yeller and Mary Poppins at my grandma's house.
My boys have watched the same episode of Curious George on PBS Kids. I have boys, they're 2.
Yeah.
They've watched the same fucking episode probably 45 times.
No
And they-
Coco Melon though, right?
No. I like Riley primarily watches educational PBS stuff too, but we mix it up. And
What's wrong with Coco Melon?
Watch something about it. Like it's
like
it
brainwashing or
changes.
something.
Yeah, it changes every like 5 seconds. And the idea is to create an amount of scientifically create amount of
Stimulation.
stimulation. What are the dopamine? To make it to where if you're not watching it and you're not getting that constant flow of dopamine, like it creates like this large ADHD where kids cry and go crazy when they don't have Coco Melon. It's like a drug addiction for kids.
Drugs for kids.
Yeah.
TV is kind of a drug for kids. I mean, you should see the way that when you tell the kids it's time for TT, bro, they go crazy.
I'm in love with the Coco Melon.
Got a lot of innuendos
That
today.
lines of Coco Melon.
All right, back to the movie.
In
All right.
your endo.
So, so you loved it. He loved it.
Oh, yeah.
And I have a lot to say.
All right, well, go ahead, Tony. Take it away. Take us away.
Boom! The movie starts. Cool shot of Woody Harrelson bouncing a ball off of a mural, and it looks kind of like 3D. It's kind of an interesting, confusing perspective where
Yeah.
the mural looks like real people for a second, then he's bouncing the ball off of it, and something happens which I love in movies where there's a song playing that you would kind of assume is the soundtrack, right? And it turns out to be diegetic.
Yeah.
Diegetic.
Diegetic, meaning that
Spell
it's
it.
occurring, Diegetic, meaning that it's occurring in the universe of the movie and the characters can hear it.
Ooh, fancy word.
Happens in Midsommar. Remember where they're walking down the path and there's the beautiful flute music, and then the camera pans and there's like a fat guy
Yeah.
playing a flute.
And sometimes
It's
it
so
happens
funny.
where it's like a rock song, and then it's the song that's playing on the cassette player in the car. or
Sure,
something.
absolutely, yeah. But yeah, Woody lies down on the basketball court with the basketball as a pillow. Does not look very comfy to me. Have you ever slept with a basketball as a pillow, Tony?
I have not.
Sorry to put you on the spot.
I have, huh?
Sorry to put you on the spot.
No. I've laid with one under my head, but I couldn't possibly sleep that way.
James, what's the craziest thing you ever used as a pillow?
Male hooker. I'm just kidding.
What part of his body?
I'm just kidding. That's not the
Cheeks?
truth. What have I? The craziest thing I've ever used as a pillow?
Toilet paper? In
Maybe.
the pen?
Yeah. I've definitely done that.
Yeah, I've done that in jail.
I've done that. I've used a rock, on the street. not a crack cocaine rock, just a rock.
Yeah.
I've used a paper bag scrunched up with another paper bag in it.
Yeah.
Why are our bodies designed this way where we need some little thing to put our head on?
I don't know.
It's so stupid.
I needed one time, and I took a cat and I dispatched him, and then I used him as a pillow.
You killed the cat. Mm-hmm. Okay.
That's also not a true story.
Curiosity
I
killed
was
the cat.
wondering. I'm glad you.
No, I don't.
It sounded true enough to me. You
I
hear
would never
things.
kill a cat just because I needed a pillow.
This movie also has a lot
mean-
of pause moments in it. Wesley Snipes is playing. He's playing against a guy named. We see him on the court. He's dressed to the nines. He looks really fire. But yeah, he's talking to a guy named Walter. He says, "Walter, throw that big fat butt at me." Pause.
One of the characters in the opening scene has these purple biker shorts on and a crop top shirt, man.
Yep.
That outfit was on one. I was about
How
to.
we used to dress.
Yeah, it's pretty intense.
This movie came out the year I was born.
Really?
Uh-huh.
92?
Oh my God.
92, yeah.
Had you ever seen it before?
No,
Really?
I'd always heard the title.
So get on with it. What'd you love about
I've seen
it?
the sequel. Black Men Can't Swim.
I knew that was coming.
Nah.
That might be a short, pal.
Well, maybe. But I don't know if I want to put that up
We
there.
must be seeing different black people.
But Wesley Snipes blocks a guy's shot and he says, "Get that shit out of here," which is such a cool thing to say when you block somebody's shot.
Yeah.
And there's
Ton of
so
trash
much.
talking.
The trash talk is so good. One of the guys says, "If we lose to you, I'm gonna go home and kill myself."
And I don't want to do that.
You know what a common one that a few people say in it too is it is so hard making you look this bad, or it's so much
Yeah.
work like making you look so bad.
Yeah,
It's
it's
a lot of
hard
work
damn
making you look
work
so
for one
bad.
man to make another man look so bad.
Yeah, and
sure.
then the people that they play in the tournament are saying the same thing.
Yeah.
To somebody else, it's funny.
Yeah.
But the characters are Billy, played by Woody Harrelson, Billy Ho, and Sydney. It's revealed that Billy lives with his girlfriend Gloria, Rosie Perez, like you said earlier. We see her kind of secret drinking, but her full-time job is studying to get on Jeopardy. They owe $8,000 to some kind of mobster folks called the Stucci's. It's later explained that it was because she owed them money for a car, right? And then Billy Ho was supposed to fix a basketball game for them, and he refused because they were saying that he couldn't shoot. And he had to prove himself. He's got that dog in him. He's like, I need to prove that I'm good at
He
basketball.
definitely got some issues.
Yeah.
But his
yeah.
hustle is he pretends to be no talent in hockey.
Well, he doesn't have to pretend. He just goes and hangs
Everyone
out
just
at
assumes.
primarily
Yeah.
black games as a white man dressed like
Yeah.
a fucking goofball.
A game that we invented, by the way.
The
Can you
James
imagine
A. Smith with a peach basket, baby.
the golden age of basketball? Just white men politely dribbling around each other. Like, excuse me there.
One of the things I remembered most about this
shot,
movie was the parental advisory T-shirt.
Oh yeah.
that's
He's
tight.
wearing. I thought that was such a cool shirt. The explicit.
If you put on Amazon "White Men Can't Jump" T-shirts, you'll get like the cover, the movie cover, and you'll get the parental advisory will pop up
yeah.
in like the top 5.
Yeah, that's a cool shirt.
Yeah.
Sydney shows up after Billy hustles Sydney. He shows up at Billy's apartment. He's like, we should start hustling people, pretending that you're a chump. And the first guy they go to hustle, there's a great scene where he needs to come up with some money to bet against them. So he goes to rob this convenience store, and the guy behind the counter is like, Rayshawn, what you doing? Take that damn thing off your head. And then he ends up selling the gun to the guy at the convenience store.
Yes.
This movie makes life in the ghetto just look like very fun and kind of harmless, you know.
Sort of. I mean, well, it's funny because bad shit happens. Like that's a
Sure.
fucking terrifying scene, but it's presented in this sort of funny way.
Oh,
This
that's weird.
6'5" guy swinging a fucking razor around and like going to get a second gun.
Yeah,
like,
I'm gonna
that's
go get my
terrifying.
second
If that
gun.
happens in real life,
Yeah.
you are fucking shitting your pants. And
Not
then,
me.
and yeah, and then they, you know, I mean, they get burglarized and everything.
That was sad. Yeah.
Which, if you live on the third floor of an apartment complex and get burglarized, I'm gonna let you in on a secret. It's somebody you know did. it.
Yeah, no, that shit's on purpose.
Yeah,
That-
they knew
yeah.
you had a fucking stack of cash, and they took everything else just because they were already in there.
Happened
Yeah,
to me.
I
They took a
live
shit
in
in
a-
my toilet and left it there
Really?
when I was out of town. Yeah.
I'd have put it in the sink.
Damn. They did not like me.
Apparently,
It was pretty clear. Yeah.
that's fucked up.
Well, this was a guy who had tried to rob me at gunpoint, and I was drunk and high on crack cocaine. So I thought there was someone playing a prank on me, and so I went, "Hey, what are you doing? Cut that out!" And he like fired the gun right next to my head.
Oh wow.
And then I went, "Oh, what do you want?" And he was like, "Come out of your wallet." And I went and gave him everything that was in my wallet, but there was no money in there. There was a bunch of receipts, and then it was Falcon Bucks, which was the construction paper money we gave the kids at the school that I was a teacher at. So
oh, nice.
then he ran off, and I locked the door, and I started posting on Facebook about how I punked this guy or whatever.
Oh,
so then when I went out of town, he came back. and
But then he
burglarized
got
me.
you because he went and bought all the crayons.
Damn. He got all the flaming hot Cheetos.
But he didn't hit you that bad. He put the Duke in the bowl at least. I'd have put it on the floor.
He did.
On your couch.
I mean,
or
it
something.
still felt very disrespectful.
You know what's
to
really
me.
bad is to put one in the tank. Put one in the upper decker.
Upper deck,
you.
of
That's
course.
those are
Yeah.
hard to clean.
What a horrible thing to do to somebody. You ever
My son shit on my foot last night, so
people doing that? I got it. Don't you just question like, where am I at in life while you're doing that? You know.
man,
Have you ever had to
I
deal
don't
with one of
know.
those in your plumbing career?
no. People don't call a plumber for just turds. They call a plumber for plumbing. If it's a turd, it's got nothing to do with me.
But would an upper
it's a-
decker not require any sort of plumbing?
An
stuff?
upper decker, yeah, no, you got to call a cleaner or something. I'm not fucking touching.
You're
that.
not like a fireman for toilets?
No, no. Now there are situations I've gone to like boarding house. There's this company called Pad Split right now. They're basically boarding house company, but like a private equity.
That sucks.
they
What a
buy-
horrible name.
They buy like these 2,000 square foot 3.2s or 4.2s or whatever, and they put up a bunch of walls and they follow all these guidelines. But they turn them in like 10-bedroom houses and they rent them out by the room, which is it's a decent low income living option. It's basically recovery houses that aren't recovery, but
Yeah, people are in there.
we have a bunch of clients that are that, and we'll go and the people just treat the bathrooms there like dog shit.
Of course.
And I will always
It's a
be like,
tragedy of the
"Look,"
commons.
Because if the toilet backs up, most people, if you own the place, you're like, okay, I got to do something about this. Don't use this anymore. But in those types of situations, people just keep fucking using them.
Yeah.
And you'll get there, and I've been in a couple nasty ones, and I've got a couple tricks that I'll use, but I'll charge double if they want me to clean it up. I'll be like, look, you can either have someone come clean this, and then I'll come service it, or I'll clean it, but it's a significant cost.
I mean,
But which-
it is kind of a biohazard.
Yeah, I mean,
So, I mean,
fucking
you know.
you do it. You don't want to pay for it, you do it.
Yeah.
They're always like, I've said that to people before. I've been like, how much would you charge? Because they'll be like, really, dude, that much? I'm like, how much would you charge? And they're like, well, like, yeah, so fuck off.
I
And
wonder
they
how
always
much
say-
these cost.
I use shovels. I'll use a shovel.
Really? Okay.
And,
They're pretty affordable.
in a 5-gallon bucket with a garbage bag in it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I don't actually touch it, but
No,
$174
I
a
didn't,
week
I didn't
for
suspect.
what?
for one of these pad splits places.
Yeah, they're not bad. I'm thinking about getting one, actually.
Yeah, I didn't expect you were getting your hands in there and finger painting.
No, I'm thinking about getting involved. I know a guy that builds them, and I've actually been doing the drains on a couple too. So
You want to be a slumlord.
no, I just want to have a stake in it. You don't actually manage them if you own it. The Pad Split manages them.
Respect.
So technically, yeah, though I'll own the place. And no, there's the move. I don't have to be a slumlord. There's a ton of fucking profit margin in there. You know, because what they do is they buy the houses with hard money, but then they refinance. You know, once they get it remodeled. And so you get a regular mortgage on a house at like 5% or whatever that's worth like $450, say, right? That's going to be like $3,500.
I'm completely lost. But
Like $3,500
following.
a month in the mortgage.
Yeah.
Right. And then you've got 10 to 12 rooms all paying close to $1,000 a month.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Yeah.
do the fucking math, bro.
No,
You're
it's,
making money.
it's the same way Recovery House works.
Yeah.
Like,
But you got,
Recovery House is great too because you can evict people without cause, basically.
Yeah.
You'd be like,
Yeah.
they didn't wash their dishes, they're kicked out.
there's overhead, but you're also building equity the entire time in it. They stay fucking full, and I'm a plumber. I know a bunch of AC guys and electricians. I don't really have to pay premium cost for those repairs and stuff.
I
like
support that. Landlord arc for James would be great. Anyway, Sydney and Billy are in the car after the thing. They start arguing about Jimi Hendrix. Billy is like,
You can't
hear
it,
You can't
man."
hear him. And Sydney's like, he had a white drummer. And Rosie Perez points out
British.
the whole damn band was white, which
Yeah,
is
they
true.
were
Besides Jimmy.
Yeah,
Weren't they British? Weren't Noel Redding and Mitch Mitchell British guys?
maybe. I don't know.
I'm not a music guy.
I don't listen to that crap.
Jimi Hendrix.
I'm just playing. I like Jimi Hendrix.
Well, I went and saw The Who a couple years ago, which was kind of like whatever. But
Guy's a pedophile.
the guy that played the guitar, that guy.
Pete Townsend.
He's
He claimed
telling-
he was on there looking. He was like, I just wanted to say what was available. I was just browsing.
Anyway, he tells the story of the Monterey Pop Festival from a funny perspective, and because there was this very famous interaction between
Yeah,
them.
you already talked about this on
Yeah,
here.
he's-
Jimmy lit the guitar on fire, but it was very anticlimactic.
Yeah, but it was a answer to what Pete Townsend had done, which was smash his guitar and shit. And it was just like the way that Pete Townsend was talking about Jimmy was really funny. It was like jokingly condescending.
Well, interesting, because Keith Moon famously called him like a black ape or something, like the drummer for The Who, who's now passed away. Rest in power.
Yeah, well, they're definitely racist people, I'm sure.
I love The Who.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, their music's pretty good, I guess, but I'm not like a...
Their music they covered so much ground between like really like raw shit, and then some of their songs are just like so gay.
Oh my
Like,
God, yeah. Eminence
Pinball
Front.
wizard, it's got to be. He's
I
got
hate that
such
song,
a
Eminence
simple wrist.
There was this song that, Eminence Front. It's a put on. Their 80s shit I did not like. Dude.
Yeah.
All right.
Anyway, then Billy tries to turn him on to George Jones, throws on "He Stopped Loving Her Today,"
Yeah, that was
which is
pretty funny.
such a good song, bro.
Well, they just keep sort of building him as a typical white guy.
Kind of. Sydney realizes that Billy's very jealous about his girlfriend. Sydney is just like, "Yo, you got a fine-looking girl there," and,
that was
Billy's
good.
like, "Don't you talk about my bitch."
Yeah. He was just
And-
trying to be nice, dude.
Realizes that that's his weakness, and they get in this kind of racial argument that comes up later, where Billy's like, "You'd rather look good and lose than play ugly and win. How many dinners this chain set your family back?" And Sydney's like, "How dare you?"
Well, can we talk too about later? Rosie Perez puts a cassette in.
Yeah, she says, and it's
And-
Ray Charles, and Billy says, "Why is this Negro playing cowboy music?" And then she starts humping him while he drives.
We just fucking breeze past it too.
Yeah.
He's like, and he doesn't say Negro, he says Negro, which I always think is funny when people mix the two words.
Yeah, it reminds
And
me
they
of
don't
like
do
my
the
great,
E.
I grew up with
Yeah.
my great grandma, and she would say roughly that.
It's like they want to say the other one, but they
Yeah.
don't. So they say they switch up the second half of the word.
yeah,
It's like pretty intense. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But and it just gets breezed past. You don't really. You are basically opened up to this. Very racist.
He's a little racist, but he's with a Latina woman. He's allowed to say it.
Okay, and he's good at basketball. So
If they have kids, she's going to be walking their kids around in public on a leash, calling them the N-word. So
whoa, yeah, that's the truth at the Walmart.
they have hot sex. We see Rosie Perez breasts.
Yeah,
Pretty good,
jumping around.
for sure.
From the
And then
side.
yeah.
One of my
Yeah,
favorite
a lot
scenes.
of side boob.
One of my favorite scenes. They're laying there, and she goes, "I'm thirsty," and so he gets her water.
Oh
and
my
she's
god!
Like,
Oh,
this
dude, it's a great
fucking
scene.
bro.
she's like, "You don't understand. I don't want you to solve my problem. I want you to sympathize. I read about it in a women's magazine.
Yeah.
I want you to say, I connect with you on the concept of dry-mouthedness." And he is so infuriated by this that he dumps the water on her,
Oh
and
my
he's like,
God.
"I'm leaving," and leaves the house. It's like,
And he says, "If I tell you I'm thirsty, it means if anyone around has a glass of water, I would love a sip."
yeah.
This is a very
It's
funny,
so funny.
very funny old concept that they kind of tackle in a very like a good way. Because
Yeah, for sure.
the idea that men want to solve women's problems, but women just want to talk is like old. as time.
Continues to be a thing.
It's
But,
it's
yeah.
so hard.
It
My girlfriend
transcends
currently
time.
has all these problems with her family, and she keeps telling me about them. I'm like, don't suggest anything.
yeah,
But that's also because they're medical things, and I don't fucking know anything about medicine, and she's a nurse.
Yeah.
So I still have the masculine impulse. I'm like, well, have you tried this? I'm like, she's definitely thought of that. Don't say anything. Just shut up.
Well, I've just getting to a point where I'm not gonna not be a man. So, and like it just is what it is, man. And she's gonna have to deal with me trying to fix the problems, and then I will do my very best to try to just talk about them, but I will also try to fix them. And I don't know what to tell you. But I believe that if you didn't want a man, you wouldn't have married me.
Sure.
know?
I think in this situation, my lack of expertise makes
Yeah.
it particularly.
point.
I really can't speak on it.
We're the same age, and like
Yeah.
I've over the years, I've learned you can either talk about the problem or you can offer a solution. If you offer a solution that's not wanted, like it's
Yeah.
not that big a deal.
A lot of women's problems.
If you try to talk something out where they want a solution and you don't offer one, it's a much bigger problem.
A lot of women's problems can be solved by talking about them. Is the thing,
Not dry mouthedness.
not dry mouthedness.
Well, it's such a funny
dry
example.
mouthedness.
Yeah,
she's a very talented comedic actress.
Using a drink of water as this to broach this subject, I thought was really funny because it's such an obvious like you're thirsty. I'm getting you water. You want to talk about being thirsty? That's retarded. But also like the idea of like what women when they gather and they just like talk to each other and nothing gets accomplished drives me completely bonkers. You know what I mean?
That
So it's
is
like,
what's being accomplished. Is they're just sharing and feeling supported.
my worldview does not
commiserating.
agree with that. As
The
accomplishment.
I'm
sewing
a mental
circle
health professional,
concept.
so that's what I do. But so Sydney, we see Sydney looking at buying a house, and he's dressed up. He cleans up
As
nice.
a mental health professional,
He looks
don't
like
you
a nice guy.
provide solutions and options to try in life?
Yes.
I mean, it's not just about talking, right? I mean, yeah, I get the therapeutic value of expressing your thoughts and getting them out and sharing them with another.
I'm saying as a mental health professional, I recognize the value of women gathering together and talking their
Processing.
bullshit. Oh, I don't like her. Well, doing their thing. It's natural.
it's true. It
It's
is how
weird to want them to
we've
be
gone down
otherwise.
this road before, and it is how women process, and it is healthy for them.
For sure. Otherwise, what are they? They're getting together and they're like, "Did you see how Lisa looked at me? She's such a bitch." And the other woman's like, "Yes, we should kill her. That's not. We should kidnap her and tie her with rope.
Hell yeah, burn her house down.
Life would be chaos. You know how bad it would be if everybody was acting like fellers." Anyway,
Anyway,
they try to hustle
Anywho.
another group. What did you? Yes, Tony.
If
You
everyone
raised your
act like
hand.
fellers, I mean, workplaces full of men get things done typically.
Sometimes
You don't have HR problems.
depends on the work.
the HR lady is always a lady.
Is the HR not in the office? Toby was HR in the office. He was not a lady. He was a man. He was a feller.
Toby was a lady. Toby was trans.
It's fair.
Is it okay to watch The Office now that this sort of culture around it's
No.
died down?
No.
I disagree.
Wait. Why aren't you supposed to watch The Office? Is this because
Tony-
of Saint Nicholas?
Tony just doesn't like things
The
that are
Dutch
largely
holiday?
popular.
Yes.
Tony doesn't like things that are largely popular. And what happened with The Office was being a fan of The Office became a large part of the population's identity. It's kind of like the Taylor Swift thing.
Okay.
And so it's like, you don't want to sort of intermingle with that. But my problem is I experienced The Office in real time. And
Yeah,
it was a
me too.
phenomenon and it was amazing. It was this whole thing. And I got so tied up in these characters. I watched the Pam and Jim's wedding in this house.
Yeah.
And cried, bro.
Okay, I can see
Television
that.
had never made me cry. It was so I don't know, And I'm man enough to fucking talk about it.
Yeah, because that's what men do is talk about things.
Yeah, exactly. All right,
Contradicting yourself.
onward or go on.
So they go to try to hustle another group, but they lose $1,700. The guy, after they win, the guy kisses him on the cheek.
It don't smell right.
Brutal. Something feels weird.
It just
every time Sidney has the ball, he'd like miss
Yeah.
his shots. He makes bad passes.
also, there's just,
his
like,
guy always scores.
There's
Like
something
it's,
cinematically missing in this scene that that makes you feel like it's not right. Like the music isn't there, the vibe. It's just like it's the flame just fizzles. It's really strange.
I don't know.
To me,
I was surprised because the way that movies like this are usually structured is it would be like a series of them doing their hustle and succeeding
Yeah.
with different comedic hijinks, and instead it's like the second game they do, they get fucked over.
yeah. It does feel a little like a fast
but
forward
it turns
moment.
out though it's fast forward. That's what I'm saying. The
Yeah.
pacing of the film it was lacking, or it was
I just
just
think it was
something
creative.
that I wasn't. Maybe it was just creative.
Yeah.
It just gave me a little bit of like angst or whatever
Yes.
because I'm used to a certain.
Typically, this would be the next one, and something crazy something comedic would happen, but they would still win. And then on the third one, there would be some wrinkle that would further the
Yeah,
plot.
third or fourth is where the
But
plot
instead,
would
it
advance.
goes
jump
right to
right
something
into
that
it.
advances it. And
Yeah.
it turns out that Sidney hustled him. They go to his house. The opponents are there, so they're all chilling together.
Laughing about ripping off the white boy.
Yeah, and they're all just sitting watching TV, just brandishing firearms. It's so sad.
Polishing his gun.
Yeah,
Well, and then what's
Yeah.
funny is like
This-
they sort of kiss and make up.
they do because of basketball game. But before
Yeah.
that, Billy and the black guys are like kind of like tussling, and one of them's like, "I got a gun in my hand!" Like it's just pointing out, like, "What are you doing? I'm gonna shoot you."
But he don't care.
But then the NBA game, they stop beefing, and they're all just sitting watching the NBA.
Oh man, yeah. the
Yeah, all of a
Lakers
sudden
are
they're
on.
all cheering for the Lakers.
Exactly.
yeah.
The women meanwhile sit down and talk.
And they
Sydney's
handle business.
Bay.
They handle business by talking.
Yeah, that's what they do.
Nobody does anything. But they get a lot done.
they come to a compromise.
They do.
Yeah.
What's the compromise?
I can't even remember. What
Really?
was it? That they're going to do the competition?
Sydney and his wife are going to keep the money because
Some
the
of the
hustle
money.
is the hustle. They're going to give back a little bit, but they're going to team together to try to win this tournament where the prize is like $5,000.
Yeah. And the women come up with but Billy doesn't want to play with Sydney. He calls him a Farrakhan disciple. Shouts out Louis Farrakhan.
Shout out to Farrakhan.
Why not?
Fuck that guy.
Why?
Because that whole movement was just about fuck everybody else. So
You sound
fuck
like a child of
everybody
Yakub.
Listen, dude, I spent
Yakubian devil.
I went to a couple of those gatherings when I was in the pokey, and those people did nothing but discredit other ideas. It was never about their idea. It was just about discrediting other ideas.
Have you ever seen the video where Louis Theroux went and interviewed them? You know Louis Theroux, right?
No.
British documentary guy. Oh,
Maybe.
I gotta put you on
I
the
might
same Louis
recognize him if I see him.
He's got glasses, and he just asks like very pointed questions of everybody, but he's very mild mannered, and so people are very open with him. Okay. But he goes and talks to them, and he's just going through a list of historical figures. He's like Thomas Jefferson. The guy's like black. He's like Beethoven, black. Like he just names everybody. He's like Adolf Hitler. He's like he was a black man. They're just all
No shit.
secretly black. Yeah.
That's so funny.
I fuck with them. I like them. And I like the whole story. Do you know the whole story of Yakub?
No.
Okay, so this is the official mythology of the,
And
of the Nation
Farrakhan
of
had
Islam.
fucking Malcolm X killed, by the way.
Maybe.
Wait, I get official lore.
Yeah.
I love this.
Yes.
So-
Educate me.
6,600-ish years ago.
6,000.
Everybody was black.
66.
And the crown prince had sex with a common woman, cheating on his wife, and the common woman gave birth to Yakub. The child had an unnaturally large head. Okay? And he was raised kind of around the palace and stuff, but every time everybody looked at him, they were like pissed basically because he was the child of this adulterous relationship.
Okay.
And so eventually they snap and they execute his parents, and Yakub, who is a genius, this little kid with a big head, everybody's mocking him and everything. He just gets in on this shit where he's just like, I hate black people. Y'all are the worst. And he is black, right? But so then Yakub,
But there's only black people.
yes, he conspires to create the demonic white race.
Ooh.
So what he does is he takes this ship and he sails to
The North.
from Mecca. This is where all this is taking place. He sails in his ship, and he does this thing called, I forget the term for it, but basically he has sex with his followers, and every baby that has a lot of melanin they throw over the side of the ship to die. But the ones that are lighter skinned, they keep them, and he does this like breeding. And Yakub lived to be like 1,000 years old, so the process takes a while. But
So
obviously,
it's like eugenics.
yes,
So he created the
he
white
lived to be
race out of
600
spite.
actually. He creates the white race, and then he sends them back into Mecca to terrorize Mecca. And white people, when they were living out in the wilderness, would have sex with wolves and stuff, and that's where they learned their savagery and their violence and their hatred. The black man was peaceful, but then Yakub unleashed the white devil, which then subjugated the black man.
Wow.
But the black people in Africa are followers of Yakub that jumped off the boat and swam to safety because they didn't like what he was up to.
That's some pretty cool lore.
So that's what it means when I call you a Yakubian devil. I love that. And his ideology was called tricknology. So he had a
What,
book,
one more time.
tricknology,
Tricknology.
Where did you
because he did it to trick the black man.
Did you ever watch Malcolm X?
The movie?
Yeah, Spike Lee's movie.
No, but I have seen the part where he goes, "That brother's starving."
Yeah, it's a good movie. It's a very good movie.
Maybe I'll check it out.
It's very long.
Anywho, praise to Farrakhan.
Okay, sure.
I'm sure he wouldn't fuck with me, but at least
No,
I'm
not
not.
even a little bit.
I'm not his least favorite type of person. I'll say that. The competition is called the Brotherhood Tournament, which is so funny, and the
Oh my
the
God.
logo is
2
a
on
black
2
hand.
basketball for brotherhood reminds me of unity.
Yeah, the black is the logo is a black hand and a white hand shaking hands.
Yeah.
And
So
it's-
is there some underlying, or not quite so underlying, but is there unity in this film? I mean, having a black and a white,
I think they end up
Shared.
forming a bond.
lead role.
Yeah. No, I mean, they become, by the end of the movie, they become like attached to each other in
Oh,
a
yeah.
familial way.
Yeah, I think
You
I
know,
think
it's
their
like-
dynamic is incredible. I think that it goes down in history as one of the best duos, and like you got to list these two, in that conversation. But
No, it definitely, they do a good job of fostering that relationship and like how it starts out in tension and they grow respect for each other. They grow fondness for each other. And then, like a familial bond by the end of the movie.
Yeah. But Billy, it's also sponsored by the Coalition of American Corporations. It was just funny to me as like this goofy competition thing, I guess. But
that's a lot of the movie though is kind of goofy like that.
yeah, I like it. So Billy starts talking mad shit to the other good team in the competition. He says it's going to make them mad, which will make them worse. But when he gets mad, he gets better. That didn't make that much sense.
Yeah.
But anyway, they win.
He's getting in the zone.
Yes.
Yeah.
They win. Billy then bets Sydney his half of the winnings that he can dunk. He's like, I can jam.
This scene stayed with me as a kid.
Why?
Yeah.
It just you're just like, fuck, dude, stop. It's one of those like,
Dude, it's-
screaming
That's how
at the
gamblers
screen.
are, though.
Dude,
I know.
As I was, you don't know this about me. I was a professional gambler for 20 years.
Oh, yeah?
Professional poker player. And you really just see this, like maybe not on a nightly basis, but 6 months doesn't go by where I don't see someone
Who's on a losing streak.
who's
just
on a
digging
losing
deeper.
streak, who's not in a mentality where they can put themselves in a winning position, who's putting way more than they can afford on stake. I mean, it really is a sickness, like as bad or worse than any other.
Norm Macdonald talked about this a lot because
Like
he
it ruins families.
became a millionaire and went bankrupt like 3 times.
Nice, dude.
But Billy's like, I can jam. I just don't do it because it's showboating. And he says, this was one of my favorite moments. He goes, quote myself, black men want to look good, would rather look good than win. And white men would this, etc. But
Yeah.
I just like that he goes, quote myself.
I love quote myself.
It's so sick. I'm going to start doing that. But he loses the bit. And then there's a montage of Sydney making sweet love to his woman while Gloria sits at home alone, drinking wine, waiting for Billy to come home.
Yeah.
And then
It's funny that shot of them over the candlelight. It starts off, it looks like they're in a fancy restaurant, but then it pulls back and they're just on their couch.
Yeah.
And she's on the floor. It's pretty funny.
Gloria's upset that he lost the money, and he's like, you need to stop with this Jeopardy dream. And she goes, it was my destiny to triumph magnificently on that show. which is just a greatly written line. A lot of her lines, she has like this kind of verbosity to her that I just found so charming.
It's kind of misplaced a little bit.
No, I think it's perfect.
Well, I think
because she's an egghead. She's been studying all this stuff.
Yeah,
like she's an intellectual.
Well, that's what
a
I'm
little bit.
saying is like
The unlikely
she's
intellectual.
overusing big words.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but which is fitting of her character.
Yeah, exactly. Billy gets picked up by the mobsters. They're like, we're going to give you one more week to get the money. And they show him a picture
God,
of
they
a
have
dead guy that they killed, which
whole
comes
book.
back later.
The whole
Which is a hilarious bit.
Yeah.
They have the coolest van too. It's got a bunch
Yeah.
of LED lights hung up inside of it. It's an old Chevy van, 350, like long body. That
Got a
van's
lot of
awesome.
trafficking victims in there.
Big time, dude.
This baby. Fit 18 Croatian women in here.
Man, balled up and naked.
But Billy pulls up on Sydney while he's at work, and it's mentioned earlier that he has like 5 different jobs, and he's just at this place selling tile basically to this guy.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
I got the tile thing, I got the roof thing.
Yeah.
I mean, the basketball thing's putting food on the table.
Yeah, he's basically like a construction project manager. He's a contractor. So, and all those people when he drives up, those are all the laborers that he uses to install the tile.
Sure. And he knows
What is that guy thinking he's going to get from that product that way though? But you meet the guy at the taco stand. He's got a bunch of tile laid out on a table. Like, get the fuck out
that's
of
his
here.
office.
Yeah, that guy's not insured.
Sure. But Billy pulls up on him, and there's a kind of interesting racial role reversal here where Sydney's dressed really nice and Billy is like looks like a hoodlum and is being kind of
I think the whole
whack
movie
and
is
crazy.
there's an interesting role reversal
Sure.
because like
Sydney
Sydney's
is
got
much
the
more
family.
responsible.
He's trying to get a house. He's
He's
trying
got
to
his
do
things together.
Yeah, exactly. And yeah, it's definitely interesting how that's painted.
Sydney says he's going to help Billy out. He says, I have a grave human weakness, a tiny little spot in my soul where I actually like you. And he says one of the other hustlers has a security job at the Jeopardy lot so he can get Gloria onto Jeopardy, which doesn't make any sense. I'm sure that's not how Jeopardy works. But
Yeah,
Billy has to hit a hook shot from beyond half court, and it's fun.
in Sudan.
Yeah.
One of the basketball backcourts has Ghana on. He's like, not Ghana, Sudan. He has to shoot on Sudan.
Funny as fuck.
You, my friend, are shooting for the Sudan.
Yeah.
Do you think that they did this shot multiple times until he actually landed it, or that it's trickery?
I believe they did the shot multiple times till he made it. So actually, bit of trivia: Woody Harrelson plays basketball almost every day.
Yeah, he's
an excellent shot. He did all his own shooting, and Wesley Snipes did all of his own athletic plays, even though he wasn't a basketball player.
Can anyone else quickly name the other basketball movie that Woody Harrelson was in?
Yeah, he's the coach. I can't name it.
Well, no, I wasn't thinking of the coach one. Maybe there's a third one. Semi-Pro. The
Okay,
fucking Will
Semi-Pro.
Ferrell comedy.
Yeah, Will
about
Ferrell.
The Flint, Michigan. What the fuck are they called? Tropics. The Flint
The
Tropics.
Tropic
That
Thunder.
fucking movie is so
no,
good,
not Tropic
dude.
Thunder, but yeah, I know what
Movie
you're talking
is
about.
so good, dude.
I believe he's also in one where he's a coach to like a middle school or high school team.
I believe that.
Probably with a troubled past.
He's got a pretty sprawling career. I'm sure he's covered that.
And his dad was a hitman.
Yeah, he got put to death in Texas. That's
to
why
death.
that's why Oliver Stone cast him for that.
For sure.
Mickey.
But
Knox.
she gets on Jeopardy. I loved this scene. Had me smiling so big just seeing her on there.
Jeopardy.
And she bombs the first question that she answers so
Babe,
badly.
Yeah, which is funny because it's a sports thing.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And I like that they set that up. And then, but she's been studying foods that begin with Q for the whole movie, and then they announced that category, and I was just like, oh, that's funny. Which we had a interesting moment earlier on in the movie where I was like, she's like, I'm learning foods that begin with Q, and I was like, Tony, how many can you name? And he just starts naming them. I was like, that's crazy. He knows so many, and it's just because he's seen this movie 5 times. So.
I'm like, quahog. He's like, that's not a thing. I go, no, yeah, it's a large oyster from the Atlantic Ocean.
Fuck yeah. No, and he's biting. That's funny, dude.
Queso.
Yeah, I was thinking
Quesadilla.
queso, quiche. I had already
Quiche.
thought about quail. What else? Quinine.
That's not a food.
It's in Diet Coke.
I mean, it's in tonic
Not a
water.
food.
Tonic water.
Yeah, quinine, because they used, that's how gin and tonic got invented, was in the military, because quinine helps you either, I think gout helps you with or scurvy, one of the two.
Oh, okay.
Or trench.
I did not know about that.
Trench toe. It helps with one of those. Yeah.
There's just like a montage of, even with after the Q things, there's just a montage of her saying different phrases where she's just like Uzbekistan and just all this stuff, and it's making me really happy. Just a smart little babe.
Dude, I had a friend.
I want her.
In Philly before I came home and changed and all this. He lived on the streets in the winter as a junkie for so long that by the time he made it to the county jail for some petty bullshit, he had trench foot.
Okay.
And like
Yeah.
2015, he had like a World War I disease.
He
from having wet socks all the time for months.
He needed more gin and tonic and less heroin.
Yeah, well.
Trench foot, a non-freezing cold injury, prolonged foot.
Yeah, he'd like walk around in the snow, you know, and like
no
not change
good.
his socks and shit.
Yeah.
And pass out in the snow.
Oh, yeah.
You know, just bad news, dude.
I mean, I remember
tough life.
passing out on Bourbon Street, and my wife made sure I got to safety. I said, listen, if it ever happens again, take my wallet, take my phone, and go to bed.
Yeah.
I'll find you in the morning.
I'm cozy, I promise.
Yeah.
You're kind of allowed to sleep there generally, but
Yeah.
I remember I came across a guy during Mardi Gras who was sleeping, not even on Bourbon, was just like passed out in the central business district in New Orleans. And he was asleep like this and just had a fucking Rolex right there. And I was like,
Man.
I was with Peter. I may have robbed this guy, but Peter was like, no, come on.
Really? Why did he care?
Because he was,
Because he's a good person.
in the book club at that time. And
Yeah.
I was not.
Can't do it, man.
But anyway, she wins $14,000. She gives Billy $2,000. And Sydney gets his house burglarized, and he recruits Billy to play against
She's
these two
got
street ball
plans.
legends. Yeah.
She's like, if we do
Oh,
this
dude,
4
she's got
times,
5-year, 10-year
she's got
plans,
all the
1-year
math worked
plans.
out.
I'm telling you, she's the perfect woman.
She's gonna be a movie star.
I love her.
Except for those teeth.
She's so beautiful.
Ugh, you're wrong.
But anyway, he's like, babe, I need to go play in this game, and she's like, goodbye. This is
She's like, if you gamble with my money, it's over.
yeah. But this is an abusive relationship. He's a fucking gambling addict. You know, it's horrible.
I mean,
But they win, right?
it's like a two-way abusive relationship.
I didn't make a note of it, but I think there's one last game and they win against the Street Ball Legends, right?
Yeah, they win against Duck and
The King and Duck
King and
Johnson.
Duck,
Eddie
gotcha.
the King, Farouk, and Duck Johnson.
who were like the king hustlers of Venice Beach or whatever.
Yeah, they're like mythical hustlers from Venice
yeah.
Beach in the movie.
And they get beat, and it's the biggest thing in the world. But
I mean, this is good just as a movie about the street ball scene,
Yeah.
you know?
and then they
Just
go
a
back to the
documentary
hotel, and she's not there, and she actually has left him. And then they cut to a shot of our boy laying dead with his blood coming out of his mouth, and I'd forgotten this, and I was like, "Holy fuck, they do it!" I was like, "This is great. That's a great ending. That is an intense
If it just cut
ending.
there, you'd be like,
And they're just like, yeah, he jumped off the fucking balcony or something or whatever, or they threw him off. But then we find out that these goons have just been having people let them take Polaroids of them, and over the years for their street credit, right?
yeah.
Is that what we would say? That
Which
they're
is,
doing?
again, I like that it takes place in this universe where, yeah, there's danger and all this
But
stuff, but it's
everyone-
kind of, everybody's kind of
It's
bullshit.
very 80s, 90s. It's
Yeah.
very like, you know.
Harrison Ford said that if Lucas had any balls, he would have killed Han.
Yeah.
For sure.
You know? So, yeah, that would have been an interesting end. But
And then he went back and edited, if you remember in that scene in the
Yeah.
original, Han just shoots Greedo.
Yeah.
And he went back and edited it to make it so Greedo shoots at him first because he thought that it made Han seem too unsympathetic.
Yeah.
It's fucking bullshit, dude.
No, it makes more sense if Han shoots first.
Yeah, because he's a pimp gambler,
Yeah,
cool guy.
Yeah, Han's a G.
One more line that I loved is that as the Stoochies are leaving, they go, it's all about respect. And he goes, I respect you guys.
That is pretty funny.
Just trying to make sure he's got
Yeah.
his shit
I respect
covered,
you.
but I respect you.
And the end of the movie is just the two of them walking and talking, man.
Yeah.
They're homies now. They're buddies.
Yeah, a little slice of life at the end.
They've
Yeah.
bridged the racial divide, which maybe you should try, James.
I should. I have black friends.
Name one.
Bobby Samuel, Johannes Samuel. I actually saw Bobby at the Walmart last night, which is funny. I don't do Walmart, man. I fucking
And that's
hate that
why
place.
typically, because you don't want to be around people of other races.
No, just Walmart just fucking grosses me out. Just the whole towering
Tall men.
towering like shelves of just shit, dude, that you don't need, bro. It's just crazy to me.
Somebody needs it.
Nobody needs any of this, and it's what's happened is people become convinced that they need this stuff.
I've been less fond of Walmart ever since COVID.
And worse yet, convinced that they deserve these things, that they're entitled to these things. It's crazy. But I had a temper fit last night with Riley. She was being very psychotic with her bicycle, and all three children were in the street on their bicycles, and I was very overwhelmed with sort of concern for everyone's safety. And then Riley,
Wait, how old are your boys?
they're two. They
ride bikes?
Tricycles.
Oh, okay, all right.
And
I'm
they're
like,
not,
damn.
and they have these, they're walking them, but they're in the street, and then Riley's in the street, and she runs away from her bike, and so I grabbed the bike and sort of threw it to get it out of the road, and it broke the bell.
Oh no.
So I had to go buy a new bell, and I was like, we do live very close to a Walmart, and it was like 7:00 at night. So I was like, all right, load up. We're gonna go to Walmart. We go there to buy a bell for a bike, and I end up buying 3 bike helmets and a fanny pack with a bell. And
Did they not have
streamers.
helmets prior to that?
The boys didn't. Riley did, but she wanted a new one. So because Daddy lost his temper, Riley got whatever the fuck she wanted last night. Which I don't know.
how life is.
I feel like I'm teaching her that if anybody's ever mean to her, that they have to buy her things afterwards. Which I don't know. I don't think that's good.
It's like love abuse.
I wasn't
dude,
like, mean
she's
to
gonna
her,
sue
though. I was
so
just
many people.
angry. And it was like
Litigious child.
high stress situation. You're just worried. I live right off of Nebraska, dude. So it's like,
Yeah.
the people that cut down my street are usually driving pretty fast. So what are you gonna do? But yeah, then I ran into my friend Bobby. But to be fair, he's like
So it's good that you went to Walmart.
Ethiopian too.
That's different.
But yeah, that was nice. I hadn't seen him in a while.
It kind of is. A lot of African like immigrants don't care for
Americanized black
folks.
people. Yeah. But which is also though, like if you go to like Europe, a lot of the like street peddlers are African.
Yeah.
Same thing.
They call
Canada too.
Yeah, they call them lookies in Spain because they're like just selling like trash, selling like little trinket things or little like toys, light up toys
Bracelets.
with rubber bands that you fire up in the air, but they're just like looky, buy this. It's quite annoying. And then you get drunk and then you buy all of it because there were these lights that were really cool when you're drunk. When you're trying to like walk through the city and see things, it's very annoying. But once you've decided to just sort of let loose, it's fun to buy things from those people.
Okay.
So the first time you saw it, you were a kid. Do you still play basketball?
So off and on throughout my life, I have. I do it for some fitness now. I play
That's
pickleball
good.
and basketball to try
Where
to.
at?
Where do I play basketball or pickleball? Basketball, I'll play at the park outside of Ybor, Cascaden Park. I'll play over there
I
sometimes.
say because you live close, and I go to the YMCA. Is our
Okay,
gym.
gotcha,
And
okay.
they have 5v5. They got all
Okay,
sorts of
gotcha.
basketball shit there. Yeah,
But
check it out.
I end up, what's that? I go to McFarland or Cascaden usually if I'm playing basketball, and I play pickleball both places
Are there
too.
a lot of pickup games there?
I'm not sure. I typically go middle of the day, and I go to shoot around and jog. Yeah,
I'm with that, dude. I should do more jogging.
yeah. Just try to keep the
Hell
hand-eye
no.
coordination somewhere in there.
But you don't want to jog, dude? Why not?
I hate running.
Why?
I don't know.
Get them long ass legs. You could get very far.
No, thank you.
You get further than most of us.
When I'm running, I'll do a thing where I'm like, I'm not going to look at the clock. And then I'll be like, all right, it's been.
You're like,
minutes.
it's been
It's
at least
been-
20 minutes, and
it's
you
been
look
t-
and it's been 3.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
like time passes so slowly while I'm on there. I much prefer lifting weights, which I'm about
Dude,
to go
that's
do
why I
after
like
this.
running around a basketball court and then occasionally throwing up a layup. Like the time goes by quicker.
Yeah,
Things
that's a
like
good
that.
point.
You know, running back and forth and doing like some layup drills or whatever.
I would love to see you go one-on-one with black teenagers.
Ooh.
I would pay.
I actually, that was my little brother plays, and my little brother. So I'm like 5'9". My little brother's like 5'11", but my little brother's 5'11", plays like a 6'3" man. Like he's just good at using his like body pause and whatever. He's imposing. And like I had like a great outside shot at the time, so we would regularly play against like really athletic black men that were like look like we should never win and held our own or won.
Nice.
Like at the YMCA when we were kids. So like I
should
really
have hustled
enjoyed
them. You should have bet
2-on-2
money on
back
it.
then.
I'm super aggressive basketball player. I'm not a very good shot, but I'm very good at defense. I'm like the Dennis, the
get
white
those
Dennis
rebounds.
Rodman. Yeah,
Dude, rebounds win games.
yeah.
I literally don't know the rules. Like when I'm watching basketball and they're like, "That's a foul," I'm like, "What?" They're all bumping into each other all the time. When is it a foul? When is it not a foul? It doesn't make any. I can't keep track of it. Football is the only sport that I feel like I truly have a grasp of the rules. And even then,
I
I'm
feel
like,
like that's the great thing about being a man is just naturally knowing the rules to every sport.
well, I replaced that with all of my knowledge of
Horror movies.
borderline personality disorder symptoms.
But I actually played basketball with you once.
Oh yeah, that was bad.
That was, oh my God. It was worse than I expected, but, you know, enjoyable. Because, you know, I'd rather play with my friends.
My shot is very ugly,
Oh yeah, I could see that.
and I make a noise when I shoot.
Oh no, you
Dude, he's
don't.
like-
Is it like?
It's like, it's kind of like Serena Williams, but without the masculinity.
Oh man,
You want to know what I don't understand about basketball? This will reveal the
whiteness?
depths of my stupidity about this.
What don't you get?
Why does jumping make it? Why do you jump?
Momentum, maybe.
So because the ball's too heavy, and if you don't jump, then it's not going to get
I don't
there.
know. That's a good question.
No. So if you jump, it's harder for someone to block you because you're coming from a higher point.
Okay, all right,
If you jump, it's easier to get a rebound because you're the one closest to the rim.
I see. That
So,
makes sense.
yeah,
'Cause
but
I was
ju-
always like, why are they jumping when they're shooting the 3-pointer or whatever?
So it takes it to where instead of doing most of the work with your arms and hands, you're doing most of the strength work with your legs.
Okay.
Yeah, so it increases your endurance and the ability to, you know, maintain the same level of performance over a longer period of time.
This is probably something that black people discovered when they did the game. And if
Yeah,
you watch
well-
the old basketball, it was all white men staying completely like flat-footed. on the
Set
ground.
shots, yeah.
Foul shots, people don't jump when they make them.
No, but they will usually
there's
raise
no
their
opponent.
heels. They'll usually raise their heels off the ground.
Yeah. Well, I think that's a fairly answered question.
Thank you. That's good.
So the other choices that you had were The Game, Fight Club. What was the other one? Rocky. What's some movies that are like this movie though? That like
Other
know.
sports movies.
Well, I guess we kind of
Ooges?
So I feel like a big part of this movie that's a draw for me is the hustling and gambling aspect.
Yeah,
and there's a
I
lot of
get-
movies that capture that, but like not
I get
a lot
Color
of
of
well-known
Money
movies.
vibes. I get
Yeah.
like kind of like hustler movies.
Never seen
And
that.
I
Color
love
of Money. You never saw that with
Ha-
Luke, Paul Newman, and
Well, have you-
Tom Cruise?
Throw it on my list.
Yeah, and have you seen the predecessor to that, The Hustler, Paul Newman, and
Yes.
yeah,
The
so
old- that's-
the Hustler. It's 1940s,
The
50s.
heyday. We should watch some Paul Newman movies, man.
Dude, The Hustler is one of my favorite movies of all time. Actually, my favorite movie of all time is a Paul Newman movie.
Is it the jail one? Cool Hand Luke?
No, I do like that. That's a
That's
good
one of my
movie.
favorites, yeah.
But
Where
Butch
he eat all the
Cassidy and the
eggs.
Sundance Kid.
Tony and I are going to be competing to see who can eat the most eggs at some point.
Is
We have
that?
to settle
Yeah,
on
I
a
heard
date.
that competition was happening.
I figured out how I'm doing it too. I'm going soft boiled.
Nice. That's a good call.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a great movie.
I'm actually watching a sports TV show right now. It's called Heated Rivalry.
Oh, are you really watching? He sends me a clip of this movie. I knew that's what that was because it's in HBO, and he's like, "This is so us." And they're fucking making out. I was like, nailed it. Can't wait. Can't wait until we get to that
Another
point.
one that I just.
Are you really watching it?
Yeah.
Is it good? It didn't seem like
here's
it was
the thing.
good. I
What's
got
it
no
show?
problem
What's
with
it show on?
It was
HBO?
on some weird network called Crave, and then now it's on HBO Max.
Okay.
But
That's where all the LGBT.
here's the
stuff is.
thing:
Oh, it's I didn't know it was LG. All right.
Yeah, it's two gay dudes. Yeah, that are like
hockey players, and they're like the
yeah.
two best hockey players, but they're secretly gay.
and they're handsome.
So here's the
Okay.
thing.
Well-
Here's the thing.
What's the thing?
men kissing and being in love is inherently very funny to me. So when I watch a show like that, I'm laughing constantly because I'm like, you're not supposed to do that.
Well, that's the thing about Brokeback that was like hard because it was such a good movie.
It is really good, but it's
an
also very
excellent-
funny.
Yeah, because
It's an excellent movie.
Not just because they're kissing, but because they're very aggressive with each other, and they're just like, "Ooh,
Dude.
golly, take it
Yeah,
easy,
yeah,
fellas."
dude.
And I had never seen that happen
I
before.
know, man.
I'm saying,
It was like,
like-
fuck, I want to not be a child watching this because it was a really important movie. And
I
their
don't get-
acting was incredible.
It's one of my Brokeback Mountain's
don't
one of my
get-
like top 10 movies.
I can see
Yeah.
that. I don't get caught off guard easily, but when like they're in the tent and he spits on his hand, I'm like, oh,
This
Yeah.
TV show goes a little bit beyond that.
I'm
I'll
like,
just say
okay,
that. Yeah.
all right.
They're doing it.
I see what you're
And
putting
One
down.
thing, I'm learning all this stuff from the show. I didn't know that gay guy, you know how you like your girl like hops in your arms and you grab her like that and you like walk around with your girl.
Yeah.
One of the guys does that where he picks up another guy like that. I'm like, it never occurred to me that gay guys would do that. That like the strong gay guy would walk around holding the other guy. Like
I go
that.
to a lot of gay book clubs. and,
Oh yeah,
and yeah, I don't know. I can totally see how that's normal.
for sure.
Yeah.
Brokeback Mountain has one of the especially secret gayness is so funny to me for some reason. But so there's in Brokeback Mountain before they go up on the mountain the first time when they haven't had sex, the guy that they get their groceries from, right?
Yeah.
He's like giving them all their stuff, and he's like, "You're not getting any soup." And Heath Ledger goes, "Don't like soup." And then when they have now hooked up and they're about to go back up the mountain again, the guy's giving him his stuff, and he sees that Heath Ledger has ordered some soup, and he's like, "Getting soup now, huh?" And Heath Ledger's like, and the guy looks at him, and the guy's like, "I know what you are."
What, soup is a gay thing? I'm
Because
confused.
he's getting soup, he must be getting it because he's accommodating the preferences of the younger cowboy. And the guy looks at him like
You faggot.
he literally like he's just thinking that word. And it's the funniest fucking thing. Heath Ledger just being terrified that this guy knows that he's gay because he got soup. It's
You know what's
so
funny though
funny.
is I feel like
and his wife going, "Nasty Jack Twist, nasty, nasty."
I feel like before like modern culture cowboys, because that's what they are. They're like in the 60s in that movie.
Yeah.
But like I bet you in like the 17th and 18th century that the gay shit was way more like, oh, whatever.
Well, here's the thing. I think we've talked about this on here before, but it used to not be an identity.
Yeah, exactly.
It wasn't like I define myself by the fact
Yeah.
that I have gay sex. It was still taboo.
Yeah.
It was very much taboo. But it was like something that people would partake in, and then they would just
Like,
continue
yeah,
going
man.
about what
Yeah,
they're
yeah.
doing.
It could just be a taboo thing that you don't talk about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I fucked the guy. It's cool.
And so
No big deal.
one of this right wing thinker that I'm kind of interested in, the Bronze Age pervert, is basically like liberalism created the gay identity because when you have young men just hanging out together, like enjoying each other's bodies, then they will overthrow the government.
Start the National Socialist
So you
Party.
have to, yes, exactly. So you have to put a taboo on it and make it seem gay to chill with your boys all day and suck them off, because otherwise it's too dangerous to society.
Dude, but how awesome though? Like, I mean, just the
Listen,
gay
we've got
militia.
yeah, for sure.
Dude.
Well, there's a book called The Pink Swastika that alleges that all the
Scares
Nazis were
me.
gay, but it's been
Yeah.
And that's the
debunked.
real problem.
Yeah.
That's so funny, dude. Fucking thinking, golly, we chased down this topic.
Yeah, this is the last episode. Started off with this, and then now we're back on
Yeah,
this.
well, I wanted to follow the Ang Lee thread too because I think Life of Pi is one of my favorite movies.
Never seen it.
That's another Ang Lee movie.
Is that that's
the tiger on
That's
the-
the one on the boat, the little raft.
So there's the
It's a good movie.
The definition of God in that movie is
I've heard the book's
super
amazing.
powerful. Yeah, yeah, the book.
You know, I don't
So-
remember the definition.
so
Paul
of it.
Newman is in
Tony-
Slapshot.
Yeah, the original.
I've never seen that.
That's the first one. Dude, I gave my grandmother maybe 10 years ago now. I gave her the Paul Newman box set on DVD,
Yeah.
which is like one of the coolest gifts I ever gave anybody. It was like all the Paul Newman movies.
Was she horny for him?
Of course, who was it?
Dude, he's a
so
good
cool.
looking man.
He's the coolest guy ever.
Yeah. And he started that company too, that organic food company. He was one of the pioneers of that kind of thing. You know,
Yeah.
I fucking love the Newman's Own products. Are great.
Dude, yeah,
No,
good
but
dressing.
Check out listen to this. The definition. Okay, or it's not the definition of God so much as why he believes in God. So the story is that a kid is traveling with his family on a barge with a bunch of zoo animals, and the barge goes under, and he ends up on a raft with all these wild animals, and there's a hyena and a gorilla and a tiger, and the hyena kills the orangutan and another animal, and the tiger, he learns how to live on this raft with the tiger while he's at shore. And the whole movie's being told by this character later on in life. And he's like, at the end of the story, he tells the story, they make it to safety, and obviously he survives and the tiger survives, and he's like, why do I believe in God? And he's like, well, there's two stories that could be told. And one of the stories is that the boat was actually a prisoner's boat, and the orangutan was my aunt, and the chef was my sister, and the hyena was a serial killer, and the tiger was and I watched my family get killed. And he's like, which story do you want to hear? And that's why I believe in God. And it's like, there is like, the idea being that like reality can be very, very unforgiving and very, you don't necessarily have to live by the confines of like the pure explanation of things. That the idea of that there is another way to tell the story of life, there's another way to understand life that has a brighter side. There's nothing wrong with that. And like, that's why, he believes so strongly in God. I thought that was like a super powerful message.
We got to wrap up because Tony's got to get out of here. But I did want to tell you, I saw The Housemaid, which I loved.
No shit.
And there is a scene
That's so
in there.
surprising that you love The Housemaid.
There's a scene in why?
I'm joking because there's giant bazisms in them.
Well, it's that, but it's also I like chick flick, dark
It is a chick
dark comedy chick flicks like that. There's a scene where the wife of this one character is talking to Sydney Sweeney's character, and she goes, "Watch out, or he'll tell you about how he thinks Barry Lyndon is an underappreciated masterpiece." And then later in the movie, Sydney Sweeney's in the man cave watching Barry Lyndon on the TV.
Ooh.
Do you guys
Barry
like
Lyndon
black
reference.
comedy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you guys seen the movie In Bruges?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's
Okay,
such a good
gotcha.
movie.
Yeah, if you hadn't seen it, I would highly recommend
They sort
it.
of redid that dynamic years later and won an Oscars for it. What was the one that it was Colin Farrell and that guy?
semi-recent one, or is
You're talking about Banshees of Inisherin.
the Banshees?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Has the same
I've seen
Kind
that
of,
as
the same,
well.
kind of the same dynamic too, right?
It's not the same dynamic, but it is the same pair.
Yeah, In Bruges is
Yeah.
amazing. I love that movie, dude.
So I actually
Ray
saw it before
Fiennes.
I went to Bruges.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, and it really is like a little fairy tale town. It is, and you can you can't even tour through the town without seeing things that you remember from the movie. And
Oh, nice.
but yeah, I love the scene where he karate chops. Oh man, what's the little actor's name?
Yeah, Peter
Dinklage. Yeah. When he karate chops Peter Dinklage, and
Peter Dinkles.
dude, yeah, I laughed so hard when I saw that. But then otherwise, the movie's just excellent.
Yeah, that movie's fucking intense, dude.
Peter Dinklage's not in Bruges.
There he is.
No.
Who's the midget in that movie then?
Jordan Prentice.
Really?
Yep.
Wait,
I thought it was
really? I
Dinklage.
thought it was Dinklage.
Nope.
You're wrong.
Nope. It's the little person that appears in the Bloodhound Gangs in The Bad Touch. Also.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Well, then
close.
you're right.
Yes,
Does that make you
sir.
feel better?
He is a self-described person of short stature. That's a mouthful.
Dude, I fucking watched a Colin Farrell masterpiece recently. Rewatched
Daredevil.
The Lobster.
Okay, yeah, that's a good one.
That movie, fucking great movie.
We got to wrap it up, though.
Talk about disturbing.
Let's give it up for Tony.
All right, yeah. You gonna press the button that's applause?
I don't have one.
Yeah, we do. I think we do.
No, we don't, but I'll insert it later. And I'll be inserting myself.
Into your own hand. Thanks,
In my own
everybody.
hand. Peace.
Because your girlfriend's gone.